Hey you guys, this is Ocean. This is going to be a very special first impression of a deck because this is not a deck that you can buy anywhere, because this was a collaboration between 40 something people, I think, but still, because I was able to, you know, participate and I have cards in the deck, I still wanted to show you because this is such a fun experience. And so this is I think the official name is Out of the Hermit's Cave Tarot. I think that's what we ended up calling ourselves. Yeah, it's Out of the Hermit's Cave collaboration deck, a collaborative deck. So I have a flip through, so if you just want to see the cards, you can just check it. And if you're interested in any of the card creators, because you really like a style and you want to check if they have anything else available, I included the title cards in the video in the flip through as well. But if you can't see the names there clearly, then just ask me and I will try to direct you towards that person. Or if you're, you know, watching it and you're part of this deck and you want to shout out your own channel or your website, you can't post links because YouTube removes the links. But if you just, you know, comment down below where how to, on social media maybe, how to find you, so people, if you're, you know, they are interested, they can find you, please feel free. This is just a giant yay, we did it video anyway. So and you know, if I can help other people to get connected to or creators, that would be awesome. Or if, you know, new creators would be inspired or encouraged to create decks, that would be lovely as well. So like I said, this is a collaborative deck. And how it came about, so I don't really spend a lot of time on Facebook. Okay, I scroll through the stupid reels and whatever when I'm bored, but mainly I'm checking Facebook because of university. But I'm still, you know, in a few of tarot groups and other kind of groups. And I don't know, just one day, so it was meant to be, obviously. I was just scrolling through the feed because, you know, it's not even who I follow or who I want to see anymore, it's just a feed. I saw a post in the, you know, Simon's, the Hermit's Cave tarot group, that someone was thinking about making or creating a collaborative deck. And at first I was like, oh, that's so cool. But then I was like, but I'm, you know, I can only make digital collages as not as good as, you know, like people who can actually like create stuff, which is, I know it's not fair to say, but you know, immediately my self-confidence about deck creation kicked in, even though I have decks that I made and love. But you know, because I kind of felt like I could only participate if I was able to draw digitally, because that's one thing that I really want to learn. And I keep pushing it off because I don't have time for that yet. But you know, I still joined and I still was like, oh, maybe I should, because I saw someone else that I know who was originally part of the project, but then they opted out because they had no time. But because I saw them join, I was like, okay, but I know that person, and I'm not saying we're on the same level or anything like that, but you know, like I was like, if they can do it, I might be able to do it. So that was encouraging for me. And then I did what I like to do. I collaged 2 cards, so I have 2 cards in the deck, and I'm not saying yet which one is mine, because it would be cool, if you're up for it, to guess. If you just watch the flip through and you don't read the names, or if you watch this video and maybe I'm not going to be able to say it when we reach my card, which one was it. So maybe you should just go away, watch the flip through, and comment down below which 2 cards do you think I made. For me, it's obvious. At least one of them is obvious, but maybe the second one is not that obvious. But you know, we will see. But yeah, so if you want to know anything about any creators, just ask. And I'm not gonna do my usual first impression where I talk about the deck, which cards I like, and how the guidebook is coming along. The guidebook is not ready yet, but you know, it's gonna be more for us anyway. So I can't really dive deep into the imagery But I didn't want to wait anymore because I have the deck, so I wanted to show it off. Anyway, it's not the point because you can buy it, but I'm not gonna pick a few cards. I'm gonna show you each card, and I might mention a few favorite of mine. So it's gonna be a longer one, even for me, I think. But hopefully you're gonna enjoy it and you're gonna see something you like, and just yeah, if you have a chance, actually, really, even if you don't think you can create a card or a deck, if you have a chance to join something like this, do it, because it was really fun. It was such a supportive group, and the people were all cheering on each other, and that was just so lovely to see, because no one was like, oh, that's not good enough, and maybe do something else with it. Everyone was like, oh, that's really cool, why did you do it? Everyone was curious and inquisitive, and just like a bunch of really cool people. So yeah. Okay, so full. Okay, yeah. I'm just so excited. And all the cards are so different that now I kind of feel like I have my own element deck, even though the card backs are the same. I designed the card back for my cards as well, because I thought that each card will have a different back, which would have been even more cool in my opinion, but it makes it more cohesive and collaborative, I guess, with the same bag. So I'm not saying it was a mistake or anything like that. So it's kind of funny. Panjo Sanja, I don't know how that's called in the, like the one who was fighting the windmill, English. But yeah, it's very interesting. The troll, it's a troll, right, coming out of the windmill, and the knight is just going there. And is it gonna be a fool, or is it gonna be like the hero of the story? After all, we don't know yet. So I think it's a great fool's card. When I saw this one online already, I was like, this is so amazing, because I love the details. I love the two sides. I mean, honestly, a deck, I'm just gonna like voice my speak into existence what I would like. A deck with this kind of design, I think it would be amazing. Like I said, like up and down, up and down. It would be easy for people to learn how to read tarot as well. If I know there are some cards who are reversible like this, and there is one that I was interested in getting for a long time, but I forgot the name of it. Okay, High Priestess, why I love it. And I think I'm gonna just do that. I'm gonna tell you why I love the cards. The High Priestess is often how to say, not sexualized, but I came to think about the High Priestess as someone who's sexual, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's because the High Priestess, for me, is someone who has access to secrets, who gains knowledge, who can see into behind veils, who can access information, and what like. Okay, I'm not saying this is the best way to get secrets out of people, but sex is a tool that you can use. It doesn't have to be dirty, it doesn't have to be cheap, but it can also be a tool that you use. And I kind of feel like for the High Priestess, it's not a degrading thing if the High Priestess is sexual. It's actually, like part of it, but obviously just my opinion. So, High Priestess is my card in the deck always. So I was very, very happy to see, because, you can't see anything. There's a veil everywhere, but I don't know, in my head, she's not that modest and just subdued person. And we have the Empress. She looks like kind of like a fairy, isn't she? Which is also like a great one, because in my head that evokes a connection with Mother Nature, and the Empress energy is definitely Mother Nature in my book. This one was so cool. Like, this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about people being brave. Like, I wouldn't have been brave to actually draw something, even though I would have wanted to. But people actually doing like this, and I really like the mask. Like, that's really cool. I mean, everything is great. So I'm not saying someone is better because they draw or hand draw something. Please take everything what I mean is as a compliment. Everything is a compliment here. The Hierophant, it has a dark like edge to the card, which I find very interesting. And like I said, I don't have the guidebook yet, but we have some lightning bolts, arrows in the hand. So I kind of feel like Zeus, but maybe it's because I just visited Greece and I'm kind of obsessed with Olympus currently. And we have two lovers cards. I didn't know about two actually. I completely missed out on the option for two lovers cards. Both gives me, the vampire mood, and both were created by the same person. I don't know which one. I think I'm gonna stick with the original one because okay, it's very vampire, like interview with the vampire feeling, and I see the choice in this one more than the other one, and for me the choice is always really important in every lover's card. So we have the Chariot, which is a flying typewriter. Anybody who writes can relate to this. Like once you start flying with your, once the story starts coming along and you just have something that wants to come out of you, that's just really like this feeling. And that's where you're like aligned and focused and you know where you go, and this is a Chariot. Another beautifully hand-drawn card, like the Strength with an opossum and a rabbit. Very cool that, there's no humans in it. And I really like the softness of it, softness of the card. And the expression of the opossum. Oh, a Hermit. The Hermit with a amazing umbrella. I really like this one. I don't know, like I said, this is just, I'm going off on what I see and feel. I don't know the intention of the creator yet. Maybe I will do an update later once I work with the deck, I read the guidebook and then blah, 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 if you're interested. To see what my first initial reaction was and what the actual intention was behind it. But because there's a statue, that gives the hermits that kind of hermit energy when you need to move more, so like stay still, move inwards, focus on yourself. But it also the position and the umbrella and everything being outside on the open, and the lantern is actually showing something on the ground. It kind of gives the other side of the card where you're like, but you need to share what you learn. You're not learning it just for the sake of learning it. We have a more traditional Wheel of Fortune without a title, but I don't think this card needs. Look at that angel. Really like a title, it doesn't necessarily. Ooh, I like the snake, the face of the snake. It's looking at you directly in your face. Justice with a very similar, okay, like statue outside. Very interesting. It kind of gives me a very up-to-date meaning with Justice, because it kind of feels like Justice is little bit of like Justice is actually a little scared and hiding because how the world is acting these days. But it's still here, it's still there, we still need to access it and act accordingly. Oh, this one, I really like the colors. It reminds me of the astrological deck. Okay, I forgot the name, but there's a Heaven and... I used to have it, but I don't have the deck, so it's on my channel, the flip through and the walkthrough of it. I still need a good astrological deck, but I wasn't really learning a lot from that deck, so but I really like the aesthetic of it, and that's what it reminds me. I'm gonna show you upright as well. I really like the style. Another deck in this, like style. I would love it. I don't think I mentioned any other decks so far that I wanted. It's not, maybe not because I don't want it, because I forgot. We have a death inviting you to step through, to embrace the change. And I like that you're going from darkness into the light. We have a very sweet, I hope it's not, the creator is not taking it as an insult, but it's a very sweet temperance. And I like that. Sometimes, temperance has the gentle side of it, and I think the colors and the art style just gives that back very easily. And then we have a devil with Barbie. I think it's very fun. It's a very clever one. Oh, we have the tower. It kind of gives me a sci-fi feeling. I really like the art style. It looks watercolor, which I would love to be. I mean, yes, these parts look very watercolory, and I'm partial to watercolor. One of my favorite cards, honestly, the star, and you can guess why. I mean, look at that. Look at those details. Look at that. It's so beautiful. And it's the star. It's my card. I'm freaking Aquarius, so I appreciate this star a lot. I love the flowing waters. I love the colors. I love everything. The moon. It's very phallic. Or, I just saw it. These two look like Barbie legs. Giving birth to the moon. But look at the faces of the dogs howling. We have everything we need, like traditionally. Oh, the sun is a very interesting one. I can't wait to know why there are two birds. And the sun, it's very powerful, and its clarity, and yeah, like I said, I'm very, very curious. And the birds are beautiful. I don't know if they are painted or like, is it some sort of a marker? Unfortunately, I don't know it yet. Good thing that our guidebook is gonna have everything in it. Another one that I think is beautiful, and a deck with something like this would be very evocative. So and maybe I haven't had the time to check who is a deck creator already and who is not. So if I'm just like, oh, it looks so cool, and I wish there was a deck, and there is a deck, I will find out. I just life is quite busy. I have exams soon, so but anyway, yeah, the word, this is a very interesting word. This is definitely I mean, you have the 4 elements. You have hands reaching out and holding each other and reaching down, and there are like eyes. It's definitely a cycle. Not even elements, just elements. Obviously it's seasons as well. So this is another very, very interesting card. Ace of Wands. I like the crystal. I'm always good with crystal, and it's a very interesting holder for a crystal. It's not the usual, I'm just holding a crystal on its own. It's in a holder. I'm curious why. I mean, if there's like an explanation for it. Again, a more traditional Two of Wands. but the wands are flying. So you could kind of read this as, because the Two of Wands is, like making plans, going back to the drawing board and like still making the plans because you're not ready to move forward. And kind of the flying wands are like, just throw away your old plans because they're not working. Just look at what you want and make new ones, which is really great. Another more traditional one for the Three of Wands. And it's not a young person, at least not from the look of it, which is a good way to remind people that you can always start something new. It doesn't matter how old are you. It's not starting something new is not the privilege of the youth. Okay, the Four of Wands is really cute. I mean, it's such a cute wedding. Everyone's happy, they are celebrating. The piggies are getting married. Yeah, that's really cool. And I promised I wanted to not say which card is mine, but this is the first one is mine. This is the Five of Wands. And I'm really happy with the Five of Wands. And this is the one that I'm thinking about creating a whole deck with this aesthetic, because I really liked the whole thing, like, honestly. And so I can give you an explanation. So why I did and what I did is, these are seagulls, and the Five of Wands is the confusion, is the who's doing what, who's fighting with whom. And if you think about seagulls, when they are like they are just there, whatever they are, wherever they are, they give you confusion for sure. You don't know whose side, which bird is on which bird's side. Are they all want the same piece of food? Are they working together? What are they even saying? You have no idea. And I also gave the green as a slithering green because of envy, because sometimes all these conflicts are coming from an envious place, and it can, with the black inks sweeping into things, it can poison thoughts. And just 2 days ago I had a very interesting experience with the Five of Wands, because I suddenly saw a different meaning for it. Because usually how I read so far the Five of Wands was always, it's a conflict between people. You don't know who's on your side, it's bickering amongst people. But there was a reading where that explanation didn't make any sense. And then I thought, I don't know why, but it, I was thinking about it on the back of my head. And I was like, but it can be an inner confusion as well. And I know that thoughts and inner thinking and everything that connects to that it belongs to the sword suit. But just like the Three of Swords is about heartbreak, I think the Five of Wands could be about your mental confusion, when your thoughts are really like, you have no idea what to think, where to look. And it's not the Eight of Wands kind of thinking, because with the Eight of Wands it's a forward moving energy, where the main message for me again is you need to prioritize, and then you can deal with whatever is coming at you. With this one is when you're confused and you don't know what to want. And it's not the Seven of Cups, because with the Seven of Cups you're thinking about options you have. It's more about, I want this or that or not. You can still prioritize in that case as well. With this one is like you don't know what you want, and that's why it's not coming to you. So, but anyway, this is one of my cards. I'm so happy. It looks so cool. And like I said, I'm thinking about making a deck like that, because it was so much fun making it, and I really like the style. So so guess, please do tell me if you guess that was mine, because this is not necessarily my usual aesthetic. I don't think so, at least. The other card is I think it's easier to say if you've seen my decks so far, or you've seen the one that I started with the black backgrounds a few years ago, which I need to finish. Six of Wands. Very interesting. And I know that I know who this is, but I cannot remember right now. It's like two doors or... But it's a very religious card for a Six of Wands. So I'm curious what the victory is going to be about. Like if it's a war or getting crowned or, getting the throne or something like that. I apologize for not being culturally evolved enough for this. Seven of Wands. It has a 90s superhero TV show kind of feeling for me. But I really like it's gonna be the most common thing I say. Look at those snakes. Look at those snakes. And the face of the person is quite interesting. I can't really figure out if that's a beak or what. Can't fit from the wing, I look. Eight of Wands is a more gentle Eight of Wands than usually we have, because usually we have Wands on fire or spears thrown or something like that. But these are like I don't know the English name for this plant, but these are more gentle, which is very interesting and new and unique. Okay, the nine of Wands doesn't have a title, so I will have to remember that this is the Nine of Wands. Or at least I don't see it. Maybe on the screen it's gonna be obvious that there is a title somewhere. Because there's a lot of words. Oh, okay, words. There's like words here. Heal, armor, what are my motives? Pose, tired. Oh, okay, cool, that helps. Prepare. No? Prepare. Strength, truth, realization. Okay, so the words help. So I don't need to really overthink it. It's a very interesting style. It reminds me of a thought deck. I don't have a thought deck yet because reasons. Because time. That's something I want to at some point learn as well, because I'm interested in it. But from what I saw, it kind of reminds me of that. Sisyphus with the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands, Ten of Wands. I think it's a perfect card, like for what this card means. Very, very clever. Page of Wands. Oh, with a child. Looking up at this beautiful or scary, not scary for the child. I don't even know, it's like an eye of the universe kind of thing. Very interesting. Knight of Wands with a zebra and no human in sight. But there's a lot of fire with the colors and the stars. Okay, Queen of Wands in the shadow with the fiery, it's just an outline. That's a very interesting way to look at the Queen, but also very good because how can you not look at someone who's like it's gonna appear in front of you with fire behind them. King of Wands, another hand painted version, and it's kind of gives a more of a primeval tarot feeling. Oh, there's a tarot deck, you know what I mean, that gives this primal feeling for the King of Wands. Very interesting. Ace of Cups, another style that I really like. Traditional but still new. The Two of Cups is so cute. It has everything you want in the Two of Cups. Except the cups are empty. It's always interesting to see how people read the Two of Cups. With cups full or empty or half full. We have the Three of Cups. with 3 flowers growing together and forming hearts. That's very sweet as well. Again, it's a compliment. The 4 of Cups was something because I didn't see all the cards before, like the 2 of Cups or the 3 of Cups. But the 4 of Cups I saw, and I think it's a really cool idea. It's a very unique, abstract way of looking at the 4 of Cups, but so I think it's very unique and I really like it. Can't really explain why, it just speaks to me. And we have a 5 of Cups, and also a very interesting take on the 5 of Cups with leopards. How do you say those in English? Leotards, no. You know, like a big cat, and shadowy big cats. Spilling the wine. Interesting. Okay, that was the 5. We have a 6. Oh, okay, 6 of Cups has the title here. I just wasn't sure. It's a very crowded image. It reminds me a little bit of 10 of Cups, but you can, the main person is here, the older one, thinking back of their youth, I think, or just looking at young children and being a little bit sad about, because when you're old, you're not gonna get young again. Another traditionally 7 of Cups. I wonder if this is the author or someone they know. We have the 9. No, it's the 8. Why did I say 9? The 8 of Cups. Another very interesting one. I like the style as well. There's a lot of collage cards for the... Okay, I try to show you the words. For the cups, very interesting. It says, good times, happy, smile, joy, love, sparkle, embrace. It's time to sit back and relax. And there we have a wish on the... is it like a plant or something that the blue birds of happiness, I'm assuming, is sitting. And of course we have the cups. And interestingly, these two are together. 10 of Cups without people, but with a lot of happy cups and emotions. Very, very, very interesting. Kind of looks like watercolory, or if not, then inky. I like the bleed out of the colors. The Page of Cups is an updated version of the original one. Again, really cool colors. We have the fish, because we need the fish. the Knight of Cups, I know this person. So I was not surprised by the facial expression, but it looks really cool. Look at the horse. The horse is just like... tin, 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 tin. And the Knight is like, oh, do I want this? Really? Do I want to offer this cup? Should we do this? Because, you might end up in a relationship, and then God forbid. So yeah, I was very, very, very happy when I saw that he was part of the group. And Dad was like, oh, but if he's the part of the group, he's really amazing, and he's an actual artist. So what am I doing here? Queen of Cups, another one that I really like. At first I was like, maybe it's more on the shadowy side of the Queen of Cups, because, it's underwater and it kind of looks like she's sinking. But if you look at the expression, it's happiness. So it's being completely comfortable in your emotion. Another art side that I would love a deck from with I mean, look at that. Look at that coloring and that yeah, expression. The King of Cups is like, hey, yo, I have a very cool cup and I'm just sitting here chilling because, you know, I know what I can do and I know what I want. Okay, and now we have the Ace of Swords. With appropriate colors, in my opinion. A Two of Swords, again, a very, for me, thoughthy art style, and I like the brown paper and white and gold. I don't know if the gold is digitally added or was it like painted on. I can't decide. But yeah, I like the sepia brownish like paper color. I think that was it, and then the white was added on it, but if not, then just correct me. But that's, you know, I like the style as well. Another one that I really like, okay, forgive me for being like cheesy with it, but it's a very simple style for the Three of Swords, but you still get the feeling because the arrow, triangles, arrowheads, whatever you want to call them, they are pointing downwards. There's a mess on the floor, so to speak. I can't, like, these cards are like when you can't really see what's on them, you have to feel them, I think. Four of Swords. Sometimes you need to put them down. Another hand-drawn Five of Swords. When everything is breaking in your hand. That's a very interesting way to look at the Five of Swords. The Six is more so like a art type of deck, which looks really cool as well. But we have everything we want. And look, the confusion. The Seagull. Seven of Swords. It's like, hey, yo, I'm just gonna keep these here because I still need every freaking swords that I can find. No, you don't. I like this one as well. It's a very clever way to, and just look at the details and everything. The Eight of Swords with the box. Like, who put you in? That's a very good question. And we have astrological signs, which I'm not knowledgeable enough yet. But yeah, a very good question for the Eight of Swords. Who put you there? Was it you? And rhyming to that thought is the Nine of Swords with the Let That Shit Go. This was one that I saw when it was posted first, and again, I really liked it. Ten of Swords, it's very interesting because for the Ten of Swords, you would think that this is such a light card, but we have that, you know, staying there and all the others. So it kind of feels like, you know, even if you think, or if it's not, you know, not gonna worry, because it kind of looks like a, now that I think about it, kind of looks like a report you fill out after an autopsy. I don't know, I'm very curious about it. And you know, this is what I mean. There's so much diversity in cards that it really is a Frankenstein in a good way deck. Page of Swords. I love the colors again. Really, really love the colors. I have no idea what's written there. Maybe the Page of Swords. I don't wanna guess. The Knight of Swords is a very interesting one as well, because if you look at it, the card is falling on the Enter key and it's pay now because this is I guess a credit card then. Just do it, just buy the deck. Queen of Swords. At first I thought that there are, you know, like wings, but no, these are something else. Huh, I don't know what those are. But I like the posture. It's very like, I'm gonna bring justice down on you. And we reached my second card. The King of Swords, who is a lady, because why not? And I think, you know, if you look at this card, you can guess more so than not, then this is what I usually do. So if you guessed it right, you guessed it right. But yeah, I put a lot of things into it. When I saw her, I was just like, you know, she is the King of Swords. She would have been a queen in my deck, but because I was doing the king, and there was no other person in the free, you know, like freely usable pictures realm that I was like, okay, that's the energy. So I chose this one, and I liked the red gloves because red is passion, and you know, the King of Swords is not about passion, it's about logic, it's about intellect, but you still need that little bit of spark to know when you move, you have to like be ready to defend whoever you want to defend. And obviously a snowflake because winter, and I put some flowers behind the lily of the valley because the lily of the valley, according to what I looked up, is all about, you know, like justice and royalty and something like that. It's in my guidebook entry. And then I put some crown on her, just not a visible one, because the King of Swords doesn't, you know, any king in the deck doesn't need to like show off that they are the king. The crown is not for them, it's for other people to recognize. And you know, all the stuff and everything just gives off that I'm protected, this is my armor kind of feeling. So yeah, these are my two cards. So very, very excited to have them in the deck. Okay, Ace of Pentacles. More peepish. I think this was the first peepish or more peepish card. I like it. I don't really like to read with peep cards, but this is nice. Two of Pentacles. Okay. At first I thought that this is the head, but no, the head is here. So it's holding up, you know, that one pentacle. Like, you know, that statue, the one that, I know the Hungarian name of the statue, but I don't know the English one. Diszkosvető, like the disc thrower, whatever, you know. That's the one that comes to mind. I'm guessing it intentionally. Three of Pentacles, working together. And we have a dragon with 4 of Pentacles, which I'm so happy about. Look at that. Of course it's gonna be a favorite. And I'm assuming this is the same person who did the 3 of Swords, because they are very similar. If not, then that would be even more interesting, but let me check. Okay. Where are the swords? 3 of Swords. Okay, it's Bonnie. This is the 5 of Pentacles. I already mixed it up, that's why I'm not finding anything. Where's the Pentacles? Oh, okay. What is it? 5. Yes, it's Bonnie. Bonnie the Blast. Okay, so I don't know how you say your name. I'm so sorry. But there's the deck coming, right? Like there's the deck coming. If not read yet already. If yes, then I need to look it up because I really like the style. It's just so simple, but still have everything that I need. a modernized Six of Pentacles with everything you need, with beautiful ultimate colors. Okay, I'm trying to speed just a little bit because... Okay, this is the Seven of Pentacles, and I was trying to read the text here. I like that this is like a shadow. This is Sato something Areptano. So it's not in a language that I can recognize. If it's in English, then I'm sorry. Or maybe it's this way, or both ways. Sator, because it could be Sator that way. Orepo, yeah, it's the same. Okay, so it's the same this way and this way as well, because Sator, Orepo, and then Tenet. Okay, someone will tell me what that is, or the guidebook. Another one, the Eight of Pentacles with squirrel. Very tiny tools as well. Nine of Pentacles. I think it is the same, has to be the same person who did the star, right? It's so cool to, recognize similarities. Ten of Pentacles is a very interesting one. With the bird's wings on top. I like that, like the path forward is lined with the pentacles. Page of Pentacles, hack the planet. Yeah, let's do it. Let's hack it in a good way. Knight of Pentacles. A centaur was like just chilling. I'm like, I have 700 million packs. I can just sit down and drink some wine. Okay, it could be water, but why not go with wine? And also one of my favorites, every card is the Queen of Pentacles, and I really like the Queen. And the King of Pentacles has to be the same person, right? Let me just check before I show you the two. Queen. No, it's not. Oh, okay. Very interesting, because they look so cohesive. And I thought that it's the same person, but it's not. But they are matching so well. It's not the exact same style. I was just, like getting a very similar vibe from it. And I love how well they match. Again, both are really in a style that I would love a deck with. There are other like collage decks I know, but And the last one is the happy squirrel. We have a happy squirrel because why not? And this was the back for the deck. And for the additional cards and title cards, we had the cave as well. So, those are separate. They're not going to be in the deck, obviously. And so, yeah, again, these are my two cards. I'm very, very happy that I was able to participate, and I to know that there's at least 40 people who will have my cards in their hand and hopefully use it obviously with other people. It just makes me happy. Every time I create a deck, I don't create it because I want to earn money or be famous or whatever. I create because I loved creating decks, but also because thinking about how someone will use the deck that I created and love it and have a good use of it, it just makes me happy. So, and this one really definitely gave me another push to again pick up deck creation because I just love it. And it's MPC. We did it through MPC. So let me let me shuffle it a few times. I'm trying to do it quietly as possible. And then I'm gonna pull just one card to see what the deck wants to say. Obviously, it shuffles well. Okay, let's get just the one card to say something about yourself, or yeah, let's get something deck wants to say. If it wants to say anything, because it doesn't really. Okay, let's not. Ah, okay, the Hangman, interesting. What do you mean, the Hangman? What do you want to say? What do you want to say with the Two of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck? You're not ready yet? Oh, come on, I don't believe that. But anyway, please do tell me what do you think about the Hangman being the message about the deck. I will stop looking at the cards, but I'm just, again, thank you so much if you watched it, and if you're not a collaborator, please do tell me which card was your favorite, and obviously you don't have to tell mine. I'm the #1 fan of my own cards, so you don't have to be. I'm curious, if there's gonna be one art style that everybody like just really gets drawn into towards to, whatever. Or there's going to be multiple ones. It's not a competition, obviously. It's just, let's cheer on other people who created a deck with me, who allowed me to be part of this experience, because it was lovely, as like I said. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and see you in the next one. Bye.